Hello and welcome to this brand new series, Wellness Watch. It's a new day and we're back with a new episode. This is a special show curated to ensure a healthy you and to acquaint you with a wide array of possible treatments and medical procedures India offers for various ailments. So let's embark on this medical journey, Wellness Watch, with me each week. I'm your host, Preeti. Medical tourism, also called medical travel, health tourism or global healthcare, is a term used to describe the rapidly growing practice of traveling across international borders to seek healthcare services. Services typically sought by travelers not just include elective procedures as well as complex surgeries, but also achieve their wellness goals, whether they wish to detoxify, lose weight, improve their sleep, or relax and rejuvenate. Today in Wellness Watch, we explore the potential of wellness tourism. In today's world, where stress and fast-paced living takes a toll on health, more and more people are seeking solace and rejuvenation. Wellness tourism, the pursuit of travel for mental, physical and spiritual well-being, is booming, and one country stands out as the ultimate destination for such healing experiences, and that is India. Here's a report by DD India's Harshita Oberoi.
Wellness tourism is all about traveling to experience health and healing through ancient traditions, therapies, and retreats. Unlike medical tourism, which focuses on complex surgeries and treatments, wellness tourism centers on personal well being and holistic rejuvenation. And when it comes to wellness, India's reputation as the birthplace of yoga, Ayurveda, naturopathy, Siddha, and meditation makes it an unrivaled destination. India's global reputation for wellness stems from these time honored traditions. For centuries, yoga has connected the mind, body, and soul, while Ayurveda, the world's oldest holistic healing system, offers natural treatments to cleanse and rejuvenate. It's no wonder that India is a magnet for wellness travelers from across the globe. What sets India's wellness tourism apart from the rest of the world? It's the perfect blend of ancient wisdom and modern luxury. From the serene backwaters of Kerala, where world class Ayurvedic therapies are offered at affordable rates, to luxury yoga retreats in the Himalayan foothills, India combines age old practices with state of the art facilities, making wellness both luxurious and accessible. India's wellness tourism is also unique for its cultural diversity. Whether it's meditation centers, eco resorts in the Himalayas, or beachfront yoga retreats in Goa, the range of offerings caters to every traveler's preference. The affordability of these treatments makes India an attractive option for those seeking quality wellness experiences without breaking the bank. Key destinations like Kerala, Rishikesh, and the Himalayan regions are iconic wellness hubs. Kerala is renowned for its Ayurvedic therapies, where oils, massages, and detox programs leave you feeling rejuvenated. Rishikesh, known as the yoga capital of the world, is a spiritual haven for travelers immerse themselves in yoga and meditation. And the tranquil landscapes of the Himalayas offer eco friendly wellness resorts that combine relaxation with nature. But wellness tourism in India isn't just about healing, it's also a major economic driver. The wellness tourism industry generates billions in revenue and creates thousands of jobs in hospitality, healthcare, and local tourism. With international tourists flocking to India, the country is solidifying its position as a global wellness hub, attracting travelers seeking both spiritual and physical healing. In recent years, India's wellness tourism sector has seen rapid growth, especially with post pandemic shifts in travel preferences. The government's Heal in India initiative has attracted even more international travelers, further boosting the sector's profile. As people around the world prioritize mental and physical health, India is set to become a top destination for those seeking holistic wellness experiences. The future of wellness tourism in India looks promising with an increasing demand for personalized wellness experiences. Eco conscious travel and Ayurveda based therapies, India is poised for even greater growth in the coming years. The convergence of tradition, innovation, and luxury will continue to make India the go to destination for wellness seekers worldwide. From ancient healing traditions to modern luxury, India's wellness tourism offers something for everyone, inviting travelers to experience not just a destination but a journey of healing. As the world shifts towards prioritizing health and wellness, India is leading the way in helping people rediscover harmony, health, and peace. Harshita Oberoi for Wellness Watch, DD India.
India is witnessing rapid growth in wellness tourism as people worldwide are drawn to the country's ancient healing traditions and natural beauty to improve their physical, mental, and spiritual health. Wellness has a long and rich history in India, dating back to the Vedas, some of the oldest scriptures in the world. Ayurveda, yoga, and meditation are some of the many wellness practices that originated in India and are still widely practiced today. Wellness retreats can significantly improve physical health by reducing stress, boosting immunity, and promoting weight loss. They can also enhance your mental and emotional well-being by reducing anxiety and depression while promoting relaxation and peace of mind. In addition, wellness retreats can provide an opportunity for spiritual growth. Today in the show, we'll look for answers to these important questions. How popular is wellness tourism? What practices are followed when we talk of wellness tourism? Is traveling for wellness risky? And India is a preferred destination for wellness. Also, we have been continuously showcasing how India is a medical hub for various ailments, and this time around we're talking of wellness tourism, and up on your screen we have institutes which ensure that people who come to India for wellness have a good experience. Indian Systems of Medicine and Homeopathy, Ayush Gujarat, Vivekanand Yoga Anusandhan Sanstha, Karnataka, CGH Swaswara Wellness Retreat, Karnataka, and Ramamani Iyengar Memorial Yoga Institute, Maharashtra. All right, to talk more about wellness tourism, what is its scope and what is the road ahead, we're joined in by two guests. We're joined in by Dr. N.K. Arora, President, AIIMS, Deoghar, and we're joined in by Dr. Anupam Sibul, Group Medical Director and Scenic Consultation Pediatrician, Apollo Hospitals Group. And we both welcome you to the show. Both are joining us virtually. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us on Wellness Watch this afternoon. When we talk of wellness tourism, Dr. Arora, I would want you to explain to our viewers in very simple terms, how is wellness tourism different from medical tourism?
Thank you very much, Preeti, for inviting me. You mentioned Heal in India program, and there is another program by Heal by India. But today we are focusing more on Heal in India, where we talk about one is medical value travel or medical tourism, where ailments are to be managed, surgeries and medical treatment. The other very important component of this is the wellness and rejuvenation. And associated with this, or a very integral part is integrated health care, integrative health care. Now, as far as wellness and rejuvenation is concerned, it has to be differentiated from health from uh,
Medical tourism,
recovering from
yes.
illness or medical illness is a philosophical difference, and where I may be free of disease as such, organic disease, but still I may not feel well in that term. And therefore, mental and spiritual wellness or state of a state where I feel rejuvenated and be active both in terms of physically, spiritually, mentally. And therefore, wellness is a shift, paradigm shift from just being disease free, because disease free is most of us are disease free at any time, but spiritual and mental uh, healthiness is not so common. And that is why this whole philosophy of wellness has come in. And I must say that government of India has shifted this a paradigm that now those health centers which are at the peripheral most area, which are called health and wellness centers, or which were at some time ago were called sub centers, and now we call them Ayushman Arogya Mandirs. And this is a paradigm shift that we do not want only disease free state, but we also want our population, our people to be well mentally and spiritually. So we must understand, although there is a kind of a continuum of state from being unhealthy, sick to disease free to wellness, but this must be understood that the more we focus on wellness, and Indian tradition and Indian philosophy and culturally, we have almost always focused on wellness rather than being disease free
Disease
alone.
free.
So
All
that's
right,
how we.
it's a very important point that you've put forth, and I'll take that forward to Dr. Sibyl. Dr. Sibyl, it is very important for us to be well, as important is for us to be disease free. What is it that in today's time people are more drawn towards wellness? How popular is wellness tourism in today's time?
Well, thank you very much, Preeti, for inviting me to your program. Basically, I think the concept of being well, whether it's physical or spiritual or mental well-being, is something that we followed in India for millennia. But this concept's kind of taken off now in the West, and we are seeing a lot of traction, a lot of interest in the last decade or so, because people realize that we need to invest more and focus more on keeping people healthy. And to keep people healthy, one has to have a clear strategy on what needs to be done, and that's really what wellness is all about. India, of course, has been a very, very attractive destination because we are uniquely positioned to combine the magic of the Eastern wisdom with what Western medicine has to offer. And when it comes to prevention, there are so many interventions, but it's extremely important that we realize that to be able to decide on whether an individual is well or not, we need to do an assessment. And quite often, people will see doctors when they are unhealthy in terms of they have a manifestation of some disease. You ask people if you have a car or a scooter or a motorcycle, and how often do you get a maintenance done, and everybody say on the last 6 months, last 9 months, and you ask them when was the last time you visited a doctor when you were feeling well, and not more than 20% of the people will say yes. Now that has to change. We need to keep people away out of hospitals, and we need to make sure that they remain healthy. So this means doing a comprehensive assessment, identifying the risk factors that an individual might have based on family history, based on lifestyle, based on sometimes a genetic predisposition, and
Right.
actually give holistic advice to the individual, whether it's in terms of diet, in terms of exercise, in terms of sleeping right, in terms of avoiding alcohol, tobacco, getting the concept of the Indian thali, which is so wonderful in terms of getting the right mix of carbohydrate, fat, and proteins back into the equation, and really focusing on keeping the individual disease free. And of course, you have to throw in the element in terms of what is it that you need to maintain a mental well-being, and spirituality is
Right. So
central to
it's
my
a wholesome
ethos.
approach. Right.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
Dr. Arora, when we talk of wellness tourism, uh, acquaint our viewers with, wellness wellness is about being mentally fit, about emotionally fit, and spiritually fit. When we talk of this, what kind of practices, what kind of services are provided in India that attracts people from abroad? One, and secondly, when a person is done with this wellness course or wellness practice, in not just in India or any part of the world, how does one get back to the mundane life? How does one gel back into the mundane schedules, the mundane routines, and the mundane life?
Oh, one which is very common about this issue of wellness across the globe. in all kinds of cultures and civilizations is vaccination program. So you, and what we had already said, prevention is better than cure. So vaccination is something which is across the communities and countries across the globe. And this is basically to keep ourselves disease free. And that was considered a kind of a thought of wellness. But in last 30, 40 years, we are repeatedly hearing the word of lifestyle diseases.
Yes.
And we know whether it is cardiac disease, whether it is mental disorders, whether it is cancers or all kinds of other disorders, joint disease and other things, and we call them as so-called lifestyle disease. And it is here that we are talking about a lifestyle, a behavioral change, the way we are having our so-called mundane life, day-to-day life. जो हमारी नित्य प्रति दिन की जो दिनचर्या है, what change we bring in so that we don't move into that area where we start calling our sick or we call it disease.
Dr. Sibul, would you take that forward? I was asking Dr. Arora to acquaint us with the services that are provided here in India. And also, a very important aspect is that after a person is done with this wellness course, how does one gel back to the regular, to the mundane life from where he began?
You see, India offers, holistic care. So the first thing is to actually do an assessment, which is done across centers, and then depending on what the need is, we sort of get onto a program that really looks at, medication if needed. It talks about diet, talks about exercise, physiotherapy. And what is it that you can do to sort of have a more relaxed sort of approach to life? And whether it's a program or whether it's an assessment, it's really an initiation into what we would want as a change that would sustain itself over a period of time. So when the person goes back, they're supposed to follow up in terms of, hey, have I ticked all the boxes that were recommended for me? The key element here is that, one size does not fit all. So it has to be personalized. And what works for one individual in terms of recommendation might not work for another. And you can't really say, hey, listen, or everyone sleep early and get up early, because there are people whose life has revolved around getting up late because they work late and they find themselves being very productive in the evening. So it's all about personalized wellness. It's about what is it that we can do for that particular individual to keep them healthy.
Right.
I think what India has done is offered a fantastic solution in terms of yoga, which now really has global recognition. Our Honorable Prime Minister, in his 2014 UN address, had urged the world to embrace yoga, and the resolution recognizing June 21st as the International Yoga Day has now been signed off by 177 countries. So that just
Yes.
shows on how India's image in terms of providing holistic care has been enhanced over the last uh, decade or so. And that is why we are seeing more and more interest. See, for treatment, people have been looking at India because, we have the expertise, we have the experience, we have the technology, and we have the cost advantage of high quality at a competitive cost. And that value proposition is very attractive. Our costs for, say, procedures are 1/10 of what they are in the West. Now, similarly, when it comes to wellness, if you need an MRI, or you need a CT scan, or you need another sort of high-end investigation, the cost is going to be a one fifth or 1/10 of what it is. If you add all the consultations and all the other advice that one needs from other healthcare professionals and look at the comprehensive program, it'll be a fraction of what it would cost to get that assessment done in Europe or the United States, and you
Yes.
do it much faster as well. And that is the reason why wellness tourism, in addition to medical value travel, has
Has picked up.
seen India emerge as a very popular destination.
All right, Dr. N.K. Arora, President AIMS Deoghar, has joined us again. Dr. Arora, is traveling for wellness always good, or are there any risks involved?
No, I travel as such, if somebody has to travel, the risk will be as much whether you're traveling for wellness. But traveling for health is certainly you have to take special care. But when you are traveling for wellness, obviously there are no additional risk involved at all. But I would say that when you are traveling for wellness, in fact, you get additional bonuses of looking at the diversity and serenity of the locale where these wellness centers are there. So
Yes.
these are, I would say, additional bonuses, and there are no risk involved. The second dimension is that in India, you mentioned about down south Kerala or in Himalayas, Rishikesh. But recently, I found that such wellness centers are coming up in northeastern part of India.
Yes,
Recently,
right.
I've been working in Meghalaya. These wellness centers have come up in. I mean, these are locales or eco environment, which is just enthralling and I would say divine. So when we are traveling as part of our wellness therapy, uh, these additionalities, in fact, encourage greater progress and a movement towards wellness. So it's a package by itself. Traveling for wellness is should be seen as something which is desirable.
Yes, which is desirable and enriching as well. Dr. Arora, how do you see the future of wellness tourism in India? We've seen how it has picked up and how India is recognized on the global page when we talk of wellness tourism. What is the future ahead?
So, as I saw the statistics recently, India is among the top 10 countries for wellness destination out of a large number of communities, countries. So, we have still scope to further promote ourselves. And I think the program like today, what you have taken up, I really congratulate you that such programs are certainly more desirable. But simultaneously, I think we will have to cope up with the demand and create situations where, if as the demand increases, we are able to cope up with that. And we have to identify new destinations for wellness and also identify, I would say, some more research is required. Science is to be developed. Our tribal traditions of wellness are also incorporated into whatever is known today. A third dimension is that when we are providing this kind of I would say, a opportunity or a service to the global audience, then the quality of service. So within the country, I think there is need for a regulatory process where when these wellness centers also become part of scrutiny, and therefore because
Yes.
a high quality wellness process would be certainly welcome, but similarly a poor quality would spread by we should prevent that kind of a situation where the country or the situation gets a bad name. So regulation and quality assurance is an equal dimension which need to be kept in.
All right, I'll take that forward to Dr. Sibal. Dr. Sibal, your take on the future of wellness tourism in India, added to what Sir has already said.
I think the future is very bright because the value proposition that we offer is unique, and in terms of what we can do at the cost that we can, and the kind of holistic sort of approach that we have is unique. I think we also have to realize that wellness tourism and medical value travel in some ways go hand in hand, because in the minds of individuals who are coming to India, they look at what is this destination in terms of their ability to offer high-end medical treatment. And if they're able to do that because of everything that India has, then they also look at wellness. And quite often it's one person getting treatment and four other relatives coming for wellness. I think in the last several years, we've seen the government of India become very proactive, because you have to realize that there are multiple ministries involved. There's, of course, health, there is external affairs in terms of promoting India as a destination, just like India was promoted as incredible India for Tourism, it's the Ministry of Tourism, it's the Ministry of Home Affairs, civil aviation to enhance connectivity. There are many countries where people want to travel to India, but they have to change one or two flights. Of course, Ministry of Commerce. So when we look at the whole package coming together, and we are seeing that with multiple ministries supporting medical value travel and, of course, wellness tourism as an offshoot of that initiative, I think the future is super bright, and we are very optimistic that our position in the years to come will be further solidified, and we will emerge as the global hub for wellness tourism as also for medical value travel.
All right, before we conclude this show, very quickly, I'll ask you a rapid fire question each. And, that would be just as a myth buster for our viewers. Dr. Arora, medical tourism, or for that matter, wellness tourism is all about spa and yoga. Is it so?
No, it is not restricted to just yoga or spa. I think this is whole lifestyle and which has several other components. And therefore, when we are talking about new centers and systems coming up for wellness, we have to have the word, very important word is rejuvenation, an integrative approach towards life. And that means beyond yoga and beyond spa.
All right, Dr. Sibul, wellness tourism is same as medical tourism and it is only for the wealthy. Is it so?
Not at all. Medical tourism is quite different to wellness tourism, and it's for everyone, because I think every individual has the right to be healthy. And this is all about health. It's not about removing disease, but it's about keeping you away from diseases. It's for everyone. And I think it's an absolute myth that you have to go to fancy spas. Yes, if you choose to go to fancy spas, it'll be expensive, but you don't have to do that.
All right. On that note, we'll end this discussion here. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining us on Wellness Watch this afternoon. All right, there is a common misconception that wellness travelers are a small, elite and wealthy group of leisure tourists who visit destination spas, health resorts or yoga and meditation retreats. In fact, wellness travelers comprise a much broader and more diverse group of consumers with many motivations, interests and values. Wellness travel is clearly no longer something that is confined to the spa, but it is traveled for beyond the hotel too. After all, it is rightly said, we travel not to escape life, but for life not to escape us, isn't it? On that note, we'll end this edition of Wellness Watch here. Thanks for watching.